Zampuna. Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshop, Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Culture Center. Yoga teacher, I'm KVSSN Murthy here. My true praise to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties and the whole Bhutan. So coming to recitation, this recitation also from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, a sacred text of the yoga. It is saying about the importance of the some of the yogic techniques. So it is saying that Kasa Swasa Pliha Kapa Rogamsha Vimsatihi Dhauti Karma Prabhavena Prayanteva Na Samsayaha. In other words, it is saying that so Dhauti Kriya means it's a kind of cleaning, abdominal cleaning technique through water, what we call intentional vomiting techniques. So that will clean the mouth to esophagus, esophagus to belly. So it will be give good results in management of many general coughs and asthma related issues and spleen related issues and skin disorders. So altogether 20 kinds of other skin related disorders and spleen related disorders and asthma and coughs will be totally calmed down. But the way how you are using this technique also very important, and on that particular day we have to follow some of the food rules and regulations also. Alright, so here in this regard I would like to mention the COVID protocols again to keeping our yoga participants alert. So here physical distancing, safe physical distancing is very important, and whenever you are you will be in the crowds, try to always follow good masks and face covers, and follow hand hygiene also. For that you can carry hand sanitizers, and also don't touch any surfaces outside when you are in the crowds. And coming to hand hygiene and respiratory hygiene, as we mentioned that hand sanitizers are temporary purpose only, but it is soap cleaning, soap water cleaning is always adjustable. And coming to throat gargling, you can use Estimadu powder or Tripala powder or plain salt water to clean the throat. And coming to steam inhalation, you can use eucalyptus oil or ajwain seed oil also for this better management of the throat, especially in regarding of phlegm related issues, because our throat is an important junction. So phlegm is going to deposit repeatedly after food and after bed and before bed. So it is always good to take a practice of the steam inhalation at least 3 to 4 times. And coming to nozzle drops, Anu Taila and Shadbindu Taila also very important oils, Ayurveda oils, that will level the immunity, as well as that will level the especially mucus related error that especially inside the nostrils. And cloves therapy, cloves powder, cloves a clove seed powder and honey, using with a hot water or milk also very important, morning once, evening once, to get rid of the dry coughs and to get rid of the phlegm related issues also inside the throat. And coming to vitamin A, vitamin D and zinc based diets also very important to boost up the immunity. It is abundantly available in local fresh green leafy vegetables and fruits and dairy products and mushrooms. And in our every one's homes, so we have very common home ingredients called turmeric, garlic, ajwain seeds, ginger and jaljeera powder, cinnamon and cumin and rock salt and hing and pepper and honey. This kind of simple preparations will be really good to boost up the immunity, as well as it's also good for the digestion. But the limit of we have to know that what are the limits, how can we consume those things in a limited variations. And also kada chai preparation and golden milk preparation also very good to level the immunity, and local shilajit and local cordyceps also very good, but according to the doctor's advice you can take these practices. And Chyawanprash also, it's a composition of nearly 45 different herbal ingredients which can boost up the immunity, which can really good for the blood circulation, which can really good for the diabetes and digestion and everything. So according to your need and according to your purpose, you can use these practices. So as in this week we will see the some of the simple home Ayurvedic remedies for the different kind of eczemas. As we know that eczemas are many types, so some are with the rashes, and some are with the scales and inflammation, and also some of the boils and itching sensation, and also causes fever and body pain. So whatever the things will be, it actually because of allergies. Basically, the cause of the eczemas are allergies, and strong weather, strong sun and strong cold also. And coming to next one is food allergies and ornamental allergies and rubber and plastic allergies, and what we call chocolate allergies, and food allergies called groundnut allergy, peanut allergy. So these are common causing factors which can really give that eczemas on the skin. So whatever the cause will be, for we have very simple and Ayurvedic remedies called Maha Marichadi Taila, one kind of oil, as well as coming to Pinda Taila, also very important oil, that is external application. And next one is Kadira Arista, also very important in the Ayurveda to boost up the liver performances. Also it is good for the skin. And coming to next one is Sariva Dhyasanam and Gandhaka Rasayana, as well as Lagu Suta Sakara Ras and Chandra Prabhavati. So all these practices are very important to give good energy to the liver, as well as it is also good practices to level the mucus related errors, because skin allergies also because of immunity, low immunity, as well as it's a weak liver, and as well as it's a over phlegm interferences. But still in Ayurveda we have three important remedies of today's. So one is Bermuda grass. It's called as a garika. So Bermuda grass, it's not a common grass. It's a different kind of grass. It's a cynodon. Take that Bermuda grass and mix and try to dry this grass and take that powder and apply or mix the turmeric and use water or use milk to prepare a paste and apply on that affected area. So like in just 1 week to 10 days you will get somewhat relaxation from that eczemas. Very simple application and very important application. Then next one is you can take buttermilk or curd to wash that affected area, eczema area. So it is also morning, afternoon, evening, 3 times you can use this solution to wash that affected area. Then today's our important solution is called Triphala powder or Triphala capsules or Triphala tonic. Use anything related to Triphala. You use this solution to make the water first. So to mix in the water, then after that use the solution for cleaning of the skin. So today's our 3 applications are external applications. So whenever you will see the eczemas, immediately don't go for your self medication. So take advice from the person who have knowledge on these kind of things. But please remember, eczemas also caused by the heavy stress and sleeplessness and the working nature. Like if you will be working in the cement related factories or motor related fields, or what we call petrol and kerosene related fields, so people have more prone to catch these eczemas and allergies. So please be aware of that, what you are doing, what are do's and what are don'ts while you are in your working. So tomorrow when we are meeting here at the same place, same topic, we will see still more applications in Ayurveda which can be very good for the eczemas. So let's join to the yoga class now. And sun salutation is our regular practices. Please remember, when you have any skin related issues, do not come under direct sunshine. So try to do in your kind like you are walking or yoga or anything in shady places. So what I meant is early morning sunshine around 6:30, 7:30. That sunshine is very good for the skin. But once it will be become strong, then it may not suitable to many people, especially who are having skin allergies. So sun salutations also very important practices to boost up the immunity and to level the metabolic activities. Then take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation, and after that open your both the hands and keep a pranamasana above to the head called Kailasha Mudra. And from there very slowly bring them down at your chest called Anahata Pranamasana. So we have mantra chanting, sloka and bijakshara here. When you have your traditional belief, so you can follow these practices or you can follow only physical practices. Okay, long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tattvam Pushan Apavruno Satya Dharmaya Drustaye. Om Hram Him Hrum Haim Hraum Raha मित्र रवि सूर्य भानु खगपूष्ण हिरण्य गर्भ मरीच आदित्य सवित्र अर्क भास्कराय नमः. Stretch the arms forward and lift the arms up, and once completely pull yourself up and slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then slowly keep your body straight. Once pull up, and when you have lower back issues or neck issues or head ailments or ear problems or any other sensations like illness inside the head and ears, do not go for forward bends. And now reminding people, but very slowly bend the body forward as a Pada Hastasana. Completely bend the body and put your palms on the floor or till the toes. You can touch the toes. And coming to right leg stretch back called Asva Sanchalanasana or a horse riding posture. When you have knee issues or ankle issues, better to choose proper way of doing this kind of postures. So once push your body forward and down, lift your chin up and stay for a while. And back leg straight on the toes, and very slowly join your forward leg to back leg called Santulanasana or Dandasana. For a while stay here. Then very slowly push your body completely down towards the floor called Ashtanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. It's a resting posture. After that, push your body forward and completely push the body up like a sea wave, Bhujangasana or Cobra posture. So here, throughout the practice, don't try to hang your body in between the shoulders. So push your head up against the shoulders, lift your chin and stay for a while. And back leg straight on the toes. Then very slowly push your body completely inside called Parvatasana. Again, right leg is your forward leg called Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. According to your convenience, you can set this posture. Few seconds stay here. And right, back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up. Join your back leg to the forward leg called Pada Hastasana. Few seconds stay. Then very slowly lift your both the arms completely up. Hasta Uttanasana, Sarir Uttanasana. Once completely pull yourself up. And slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then slowly keep your body straight. Pranamasana above to the head. Then very slowly bring them down at your chest. Then take a long deep inhalation along with your arms up. And with exhalation slowly keep them wide. Then very slowly rest your hands at your thighs. And soon after that give a small break for your breath and hands lock back and slightly wide the legs, toes turn inside, and few seconds long slow deep inhalation exhalations. And as per our schedule, today's our practices are Pavana Mukta Asana Sreni or Sukshma Yoga Vyayam. So anyone can easily join to the merge yourself towards these classes. Very simple and very effective practices. And this can be used as warm-ups also in your regular workouts. So here, sit on any convenient surface in any convenient posture. So first take a long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation, and this what we call Sukha Dandasana. Once completely expand the chest, lift your head up, and very slowly keep your body straight and palms together. Keep them at your thighs. One long inhalation, exhalation. So let's start our practices with the toes. So here, just toes move forward, one, then very slowly come back. So when you want to coordinate your breath, completely breathe in, forward stretch, breathe out, back stretch, breathe in, forward, breathe out, back. Last count, breathe in, then very slowly breathe out, back. Okay, few seconds resting. Then after that, slightly wide the legs. Then after that, just movement of the toes clockwise and anti-clockwise. Toes and ankle structure. Inhalation, lift the toes up. Exhalation, completely down. Inhalation, lift the toes. Exhalations, down. Opposite side, same practice. One, then slowly come back. Second count, two, and slowly come back. Last count, three. Alright, come back. Keep the legs together. Again, few seconds. Rest your back, rest your hands. So you can put your hands at your thighs also, or you can put your hands at any convenient place. Then here, fold your right leg with breathe out. Then very slowly breathe in, open the leg. Again, breathe out, same leg fold. Breathe in, open that leg. Last count, breathe out, fold. Then completely breathe in, stretch. Opposite side, completely breathe out, fold. Then very slowly stretch. Again breathe out, fold. Breathe in, stretch. Last count, breathe out, fold. Then very slowly breathe in, stretch. Once, keep the body straight and few seconds rest the palms and rest the breath. Long inhalation, exhalation. And then slowly come to Samasthiti or position. Fold your right leg and just keep it flat and put your right ankle on the left thigh. And few seconds move the knee above and below according to your convenience. Take care of your ankle strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here for extra stretching to the on the knee, keep your right arm on the knee, press your right knee to the floor and slowly come back. Second count, press the knee towards the floor and come back. Last count, press the knee towards the floor. Again, slowly come back, rest your leg. Then long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Opposite side, same practice, fold your leg. And here also, once few seconds, move the thigh above to below. So here, when you are moving your knee, see that knee should go till the floor and come back. 2 and come back. 3, come back. 4, last count. While adding your hand, give an extra press and stay now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Relaxation. Then very slowly come back. Resting. Again, few seconds break. Long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Then coming to same exercise. So here what we call hip turning. Fold your right leg as a half lotus. Then use two hands to hold your knee and ankle. Then slightly lift your leg up with breathe out and slowly come back, breathe in. Again slowly breathe out and slowly breathe in. Last count, breathe out, lifts, press your abdomen, breathe in, then down. And same here, opposite side, breathe out, lifts and slowly come back, breathe in. Again, breathe out, lifts and breathe in, completely down. Last counts, breathe out, lifts and slowly come back, breathe in. Then slowly open the leg. Again, long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Then opposite side, same thing, fold your leg. Then same thing, hip rotation. So use two hands to make your leg into the more mobility. Now lift your leg, then slowly come back. Second count, 2 up and slowly come back. Last count, 3, exhalation up, inhalation down. And same thing, opposite side, inhalation, lifts and exhalation, press the abdomen, slowly come back. Again, breathe out, lift the knee and slowly come back. Last count, breathe out, lifts and then very slowly come back. Relaxations, enough, come back. Open the leg, again few seconds, long, deep inhalation, exhalation. But when you have knee issues, you can choose according to your pace. So here I am doing one kind of like leg folding, reverse fold. So towards your right side or left side, tilt the body and fold your alternate leg just outside of the body. No need to sit on the leg. Few seconds, observe the thigh stretching and at the knee squeezing as well as calf muscle pressing. Few seconds, stay 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then very slowly release the leg and relaxation. Again, long, slow inhalation, exhalation. Opposite side, same thing. Tilt the body, fold your leg. Again, few seconds, give a pressing on the thigh and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enough. Then very slowly come back. Relaxations again. Again, long, slow inhalation, exhalations. Our next practice will be a simple butterfly movement. Fold your right leg. Keep your heel closer to the perineal region. Then alternate leg fold, again heel towards the perineal region. So throughout the practice, keep your body straight. So here, using your two hands to lock your toes to press your heels towards the perineal region. And knee movement will be same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then enough. Now here, try to add your hands also to press your knees towards the floor. 1 press and come back. Second count, 2 press and come back. So still you can adjust your heels inside and now press your knees towards the floor. Try to keep your arms straight and in few seconds press the neck also with the shoulder up. 1, 2, 3, relaxation, then slowly come back. And few seconds rest your legs and long, deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. Right, we have last 2 exercises, very simple exercises here. So here, choose proper support with your hands. and here fold your right leg. So open your right leg in the air and slowly come back. Second count, open the leg and slowly come back. Last count after open the leg, so turns only 2 plus 2 clockwise and anti-clockwise. Then slowly come straight, relaxations. Once long inhalation, exhalation. Then opposite side, same practice. Choose hands for support. After that, fold your leg, open your leg, and then slowly come back. Second count, open, then come back. Last count, open. Here staying. After that, rotational part only clockwise 2 counts. And after that, anti-clockwise 2 counts, 1 and 2. That's enough relaxations. Come back. Alright, take a long deep inhalation, exhalation, then soon after your physical exercise, physical format. And now you can choose like few more seconds to give gap in between the pranayam and the practices. So you can choose sip of water also for drinking, but very small amounts of water. Especially this Pavana Mukta Asana Sreni or Sukshma Yoga Vyayam, it can be a warm-up as well as it can be a post stretches also. Once you will finish your yoga exercises, again you can choose the simple exercise to give more relaxation to the muscular system as well as for the body. Alright, coming to the pranayamas. So here also we have sloka and mantra chanting. When you have your traditional belief, you can follow the total practices including mantras. Okay, long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha, Om Madhavaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya Swaha, Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyadham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sand Sand Sandhi. Then slowly keep the hands down. Again, long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. So, as we know that for every practices in yoga, we have mantra chanting and sloka chanting to give more elaborated notes on that particular practice. So, today's our practice also will be on Bhastrika Pranayam as well as Surya Bhedana Pranayam, 2 pranayamas. So, first Surya Bhedana sloka, I would like to chant the Surya Bhedana sloka. It is saying that Kapala Sodhanam Vata Doshagnam Krimi Doshahrit Punah Punaharidam Karyam Surya Bhedana Uttamam. And in this sloka, in this short sloka, it has mentioned that it will rectify the all wind related errors inside the skull and also inside the body. Vata Doshagnam means it will totally rectify the wind related errors. And Krimi Dosha Hrut means it is also good pranayam to encounter the abdominal worms. And Punaha Punaha Ridam Karyam means the people who are doing these exercises repeatedly or continuity, for them only these results will come. Surya Bhedana Pranayam, also good pranayam in managing immunity, in managing general body pains and muscular and skeleton system pains, also good for managing metabolic activity rate also. And coming to the next exercise, Bhastrika Pranayam, it is also a kind of pranayam mentioned that Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam Kundali Bodhakam Kshipram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahmanadi Mukhe Samasta Kapadyar Galanasanam. It is, in other words, saying that internal wind errors, internal phlegm related errors, mucus related errors, as well as internal bile related errors totally nullified or calmed down because of this simple Bhastrika Pranayam. And Sariragni Vivardhana means here, Agni means metabolic activity as well as immunity. Both will be boosted up. And coming to next exercise is, if the people who wants to practice this yoga to awakening the internal dormant energies, for them also this Bhastrika Pranayam will be so suitable exercise. But the way how we are doing important, as we mentioned that in every pranayam, in every breathing exercises, we have breath holding techniques and mudras and bandhas also. But because of our online participants, I'm not really creating that kind of tough schedules. But whenever we have time to interact personally, we will discuss. And coming to practices of Kapala, what we call Kapala Sodhanam, Surya Bhedana Pranayam. And here, very simple exercise. Use your right hand last two fingers and right hand thumb to close and open the nostrils. So when you put your hand from in front of the face, obviously your right nostril will receive the right thumb, left nostril will receive the last two fingers of the right hand. So very simple. Close your left nostril and inhalation with the right nostril, and slowly, completely breathe out with the left nostril. Again, inhalation with the right nostril, and completely slowly breathe out with the left nostril. Again, right nostril inhalation, then slowly, completely breathe out with the left nostril. Fourth inhalation, breathe in with the right nostril. Exhalation with the left nostril. So last inhalation with the right nostril. Then completely slowly breathe out with the alternative left nostril. Then slowly keep the hand down. Once long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalations. So here we are doing Bhastrika Pranayam. It is a completely opposite side process of Kapalabhati. Bhastrika, voluntary slow inhalations, slow exhalation. Sharp inhalation, slow exhalation. Alright, keep your position straight. Then coming to practices, I'm doing 30 counts in 3 spells. And now starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then deep slow inhalation, exhalation. And second 10 counts starting again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again deep inhalation, exhalation. We have last spell. Then starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Then soon after your pranayamas, give a small break. Then after that, you can choose good practices in the dharana if you know well, or you can take any good exercises, concentration practices from the Trataka format, Trataka exercises also. But please remember, whatever you want exercises in yoga, postures, pranayama, mudra, bandha and any kind of things, it is always better to take suggestion from the person who have knowledge on this, medical knowledge as well as yoga knowledge. So coming to the after once you finish your practices in yoga, try to create still more time to give relaxation through yoga nidra or through power nap. And once you totally finish that practices also, and still you can create 15 minutes time to take breakfast and to take bath, and further 5 minutes time to take breakfast. In the afternoon, before your lunch hour, try to see all the possibilities to do a power nap before lunch hour. Once your lunch will be finished, so again try to choose some more time to walk when your premises permits you, or at least try to stand for some time immediately after eating. Or if you know about Vajrasan well and your situations will permit you to do Vajrasan, Vajrasan is the only eligible posture soon after your eating habits. But please remember, plain walking alone, it will not create any good health changes in your body. But walking will be very good after your eating habits, what we call post-meal walk. And if you want to do good exercises pre-meal walk early morning or in the evenings, including your walking or including your jogging, please try to combine some other yoga exercises or other formats of exercises when you know better. And in the evening, when you once you finished your office works and houseworks, garden works, household works, before your dinner time, create 15 minutes time to 20 minutes time or further half an hour time also to do some of the physical exercises. You can choose yoga exercises because it has back bending exercises, it has inverted postures, it has breathing exercises also. And coming to tomorrow morning, when we are meeting here the same place, same topic with the same purpose, we will see still more good exercises in Ayurveda for the same skin eczemas and good exercises in yoga also. And thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity. Stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.